I was remembering the first time we had this fellow on the air. I remember the date exactly, too. It's July 27th of 2013. That was the day we ended up bringing Bruce Hopman on, the head of the International Middle Child's Union, to talk about a middle child strike that was going to be going on around the world on Middle Child Day, which is August 12th. Well, plenty of things have happened since that first appearance of Bruce Hopman on the afternoon news. And this year, things are really ramping up for the celebration of Middle Child Day. That is, again, August 12th. So put it down in your calendars because he wants you to, and here he is right now. He has a blog as well called Smack Dab, a middle child's... I forget, what's the rest of the name of it, Bruce?
It's smackdabblog.com. It's smackdab, a middle child's blog. But it's not just for middle children. It's for anyone who is a middle child, knows a middle child, or ever felt like a middle child. You know, there are lots of things that happen to us all the time where, you get a little taste of what it's like to be a middle child, like when somebody forgets your name or doesn't know you're there or didn't call you for lunch and things like that. So everybody can relate to these middle child things. You don't have to be a middle child to enjoy the blog.
Yeah, like having a name like Ted Allen and having it pronounced Todd Elon on Southeast Wisconsin television during a parade. So it's like, now I know what it feels like now, Bruce.
That's kind of middle child treatment.
Yeah, indeed.
And by the way, it's almost our anniversary, and now I need to send you a card.
Indeed, I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. By the way, I didn't give him a proper introduction. On the afternoon news on News Talk 1400 WRJN, the head of the International Middle Child's Union, Bruce Hopman. Bruce, good to have you back, sir.
Thank you, Ted. As a middle child, I'm not used to proper introductions, so it's fine. You're forgiven.
Yeah, him over there. That's probably the best way to describe you as a middle child, then, huh?
You're right. What you said before about things picking up since last year.
Oh, yeah.
Big changes here at the world headquarters of the International Middle Child Union, which is my kitchen. Since last year, because of all the new things we're involved in, I've had to expand the offices. I added another leaf to the kitchen table.
Holy cow.
And, now it can seat 8, and I have room for more piles of paper. So we're just cranking it out here, This is our busy season. This is like Christmas for us. This is our Christmas. So there's a lot going on.
Well, yeah, because you're ramping up to Middle Child's Day, and that's coming up before you know it. Because we've already passed the 1 month until point, and you are celebrating it in a big way because you're taking it to a number of ballparks around America, baseball stadiums.
Well, yeah, you know what? Here's what happened. I had put a post up back in April about opening day and my experiences, my miserable experiences with Little League. At which point I proposed creating a middle child only league, and I called it Middle League Baseball, which I also appointed myself commissioner of. And then it just so happened later that week I was going to a Florida Marlins home opener with some friends. So on the way into the game, we made a joke. I said, maybe tonight's middle child night at the stadium. That's the night where you bring your middle child and they don't pay any attention to them. So we started having some fun with ideas and what other promotions would they do on middle child's night. Bring your middle child to the game and you get free parking. But you have to leave your middle child in the car. Stuff like that. Little twisted kind of promotions like that. But, it kind of stuck with me. And the next day I went online and I saw some articles about crazy promotion minor league baseball teams do. And that's what they're really famous for. They do things like give away caskets, give away free liposuction. One team had a salute to indoor plumbing night. The idea was they'd close all the bathrooms at the stadium and made everybody in attendance use porta-johns outside the stadium so that they could, to increase their appreciation of indoor plumbing. When I heard these ideas, I thought, you know what, Middle Child Appreciation Night isn't such a crazy idea.
No.
So I made a call, and then I made another call, and the next thing you knew, I was calling all these minor league baseball teams, and they kind of liked the idea. So right now we're up to 24 minor league baseball teams all across the country, and at the blog, smackdabblog.com, there's a post up there with a nice little map that shows you where all the games will be going, and people are actually doing this. Now, I suspected that this is all some kind of cruel middle child prank. August 12th is going to come around, and all the teams that said they're going to do it are going to say they forgot, or they just want to mess around with the middle child. But they seem pretty serious about it. They seem like they're doing some fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did reach out to various teams in Wisconsin. I was in touch with the Timber Rattlers.
Right.
I had them going for a long time before they hung up on me.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I might have had them, not this year, maybe next year. I found out about the North Woods League.
There you go.
You got the Kenosha Kingfish I contacted, the La Crosse Loggers, and some other teams in that league. I think what happened when one of them said no, I think they quickly called all the other teams in the league. I think that's what might have happened. But I'm not going to be 24 teams. It's more. I thought if I could get a dozen teams to do this, I'd be happy. So I'm really happy with 24 teams. I think right now, if anybody in your listening audience wants to take a drive to Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah, that's about as close as they're going to get.
Or Gary, Indiana.
Oh, that Gary. We got one in Gary, too. Okay.
Yeah, there's one in Gary also. So,
all right.
Or River City, Missouri. You make a weekend of it. You make a nice 4-day weekend. August 12th is a Tuesday night, I believe. You can celebrate Middle Child's Day in style this year. But that's a big thing that we have going on, and really excited about it.
And let me tell you, there's nothing like spending like a weekend vacation in Gary, Indiana. I'll tell you that.
Very middle child appropriate, I think.
Yeah, well, you ended up having an event last night in wherever on earth Arcadiana is.
Acadiana, Louisiana.
That's
I'm finding out about places I never knew existed before. Lafayette, Louisiana. They had the game last night. Now, interestingly, two teams did it before that, down in Charleston and in Frederick, Maryland.
Yeah, how was the reception?
They both lost.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh God, we got the middle child jinx going. Actually, in Charleston, they actually lost power during the game, so it was like really pulling for the cane cutters last night. And they did win in extra innings, so they have a place in the middle child history books. They're the first home team ever to win a home game on a middle child appreciation night. That will, they get to keep that claim for, that's like Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron. They get to keep that one forever.
That's great.
The record books.
Yeah. Now, how does the promotion work? Do they let middle children in for free, or what's the story with that?
Different teams are doing different things. Some of them are, if you bring your older and younger sibling, then the middle child gets in free. One team was talking about making the the middle child gets to pay a penny less than the older and younger siblings, things like that. There was last night or this Sunday night in Columbia, South Carolina. They're having a middle child parade, which I'm really excited about. The owner apparently is a middle child. I think he's going to be the grand marshal of the parade. They're doing all kinds of different things. We have, at the blog, at smackdabblog.com, I have a feature called Middle Child Masterpiece Theater. There are links to classic middle child TV middle children.
Yeah.
With the Masterpiece Theater music intro, as they should have, because they are classic masterpieces. They might some teams are going to be playing them during the game. They're playing middle child music, and I'd like to tell you there are two songs, original songs that they'll be playing. One was the middle child version of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, which I wrote and you could hear at the blog, called You Never Take Me Out to the Ball Game. That they're going to be playing, and I'm also releasing and will make available to you the Mid-Kid Anthem, the new middle child anthem. It's sung to the tune of Don't You Forget About Me by the Simple Minds.
Yeah, like this.
There you go, yeah.
There you have it.
Yeah, that sounds like the original. Ours sounds almost as good. It's got some great lyrics in it. I think I had mentioned this to you. You've been good. You've been very good to the union. You were one of the first people to have us on. So you've earned what I call special FU status, friend of the union.
Friend of the union.
Friend of FU status, friend of the union status. And because of that, I'd like to make available to you pre-release the full version of the song. There will also be a video that I'll be dropping later, closer to Middle Child's Day. But I will forward the full version to you, and maybe you could make it available to your listeners.
Or for that matter, when we actually have Middle Child's Day, if you want to come back and join us on the program, we can introduce it together then. I'd
love to play it for you then. Like I said, the video is going to feature at least 100 famous middle children, because I think it's important that we, that we have Show Our Mid-Kid Pride. That's what I'm pushing this year. I want everybody to use hashtag #MidKidPride on the day we can get that going. We'll be dropping the video and the song. I will be releasing again the free Middle Child's Day greeting cards. Those went over very well last year. I was just at Target today because I had to buy some greeting cards, birthday, anniversary cards for family. And so I went down and I said, where is the Middle Child's Day section? And surprisingly, they don't have one.
Really?
Yeah, I was really shocked. I'll check Hallmark, but Target did not have it, and they have everything. So I was shocked about that. So I think the only place you'll be able to get these Middle Child's Day greeting cards, and they're free, is at smackdabblog.com. I'll make them available there. What else do we have going on? The Union card. That's something else I'm going to do for you, and we'll make arrangements on how we can make this available.
I appreciate that.
I'd like to make available to your listeners, because I want everybody in your listening audience to be who's a middle child, to be a card-carrying middle child. I'm going to make available special edition, limited collector's item Union cards with the middle child logo and the radio station logo on it. And I'd like everybody, and this way they could all have them. They could be a remembrance of Middle Child's Day 2014.
And if you show it to people, you get ignored then?
Yes, if they're talking to you, you just pull out the card and they'll stop. Yeah, if they're treating you, if you feel like, hey, I'm not being treated like a middle child, just pull the card out, and that should take care of that.
Well, you know something, you really have, at least with this audience here, you have raised the level of middle children, and awareness of middle children as well. So, your efforts are not fruitless here because, we have an audience who cares about what's going on with the middle children, especially around southeast Wisconsin, sir.
Well, this is what I did notice after speaking with you last year, and now since last year, I have been talking to people all across the country about this, radio stations all across the country. People, this whole birth order thing is a topic that everybody has an opinion on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I will speak to some people, and they're like, you think the middle child has the worst? Try being the firstborn, and some of them get a little angry about it. And I say, they're like, union, you guys need a union. I say, you know what? Start your own union. I'm sure that being a firstborn has its own issues. I can't fight everyone's battles. I'm out here looking out for the middle child. Start your own union. But everybody has an opinion about it. Everybody has an opinion about birth order. And I'm constantly coming across articles, and I don't have to dig too deep. Just the other day, some research I found that middle children are the least likely to find love.
I saw that.
Right? So, yeah. I mean, I had an answer for that right away. I went to the blog. Because, we need dating services. So at the blog, you can find the new logo I created for the middle child dating service called Mismatch.com. That's there. There's the middle child diet is there. You can find out about that. That's the diet where you lose weight by eating none of your favorite foods, only your brothers and sisters' favorite foods. There's so much going on at the blog, and I think if you're a middle child or know a middle child, get the word out. Get the word out. Spread it around. For Middle Child's Day, by the way, if you're thinking of getting a gift for your favorite middle child, I got two ideas for you. If you want to send flowers, of course, the official middle child flower. Come on, Ted. A bouquet of forget-me-nots. Ted, I handed that one right to you.
It was a lob. I am not a botanist or a florist, and so.
Okay, well, of course, it's the forget-me-not. And then you could go at the blog. You could find a link to Cafe Press. There's the Smack Dab shop. There's T-shirts with all kinds of great logos on it. All the money that I would make from the sales of these things, I donate to UNICEF to benefit all children.
Great.
So that's a nice little thing there.
Indeed,
you can get some great gifts for middle children there. We have the logo for the Middle Child Party, which I formed back when the government had shut down. We didn't get to talk about that, I don't believe. But,
no.
When the shutdown happened and the Republicans weren't getting what they wanted and the Democrats weren't getting what they wanted, I realized we need to form the Middle Child Party because nobody knows about not getting what they want better than a middle child. And I formed the Middle Child Party.
Are you running candidates this fall?
And 2 days later, the shutdown was over. So
there you go.
I think that speaks to the power of the Middle Child Party.
Indeed it does. Bruce Hopman joining us from the International Middle Child's Union, the founder of that, as well as the Middle Child's Party, and all the other things he mentioned along the way, the dating service, this, that. You know, you're becoming like a budding entrepreneur now.
Right, and I make no money, so it's it's great. What kind of entrepreneur is that? Oh, that's a middle child entrepreneur.
There you go. And yeah, and by the way, the blog again, smackdabtheblog.blogspot.com to find out more about the union and everything a lot of the stuff that Bruce was talking about, including the different dates around the country that Middle Child Appreciation Night is going to be happening at minor league ballparks around the country, including Gary, Indiana. And by the way, you just gave me an idea because I'm the youngest in the family, so I'm going to start my union. Of course, it's going to be called the Big Babies.
I love it. I love it. Look, and we can have conferences all across the country. I fully encourage it. I think it'd be great.
That's wonderful, Bruce. We will have you back on the 12th then, because I realize it's a Tuesday, right?
It is a Tuesday.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we have you back on a Tuesday, August 12th, and get an update on what's going on with Middle Child's Day around the world. Bruce Hopman, thanks for joining us again. We'll talk to you in August, sir.
Thanks so much, Ted.